Hey everyone, I'm back. So, this is the first book that I read in December when I started to feel better. Around the 1st of November, both of my kids were not feeling well, so we were in and out of urgent care and doctor's appointments and hospitals. And then I got it, and then next thing you know, it was Thanksgiving. Next thing you know, here we are in December. So, I try to do all of the reviews for the books that I've read over the course of the month at the beginning of the next month. So, being that tomorrow's January 1st, I'm going to go ahead and read or do reviews of the books that I've done for December. It wasn't that many, like I said a few videos before. I'm in the process of reading 3 books right now. Yes, 3 books. I am trying to finish them before the end of the day. Yes, before the end of the day. In my defense, they are not that big. They're like, one is like 175 pages. That one is called One Blue Shoe by Molly Garcia. Amazing author. She just, I could do a whole nother video on her. She's amazing. Um, Another one is called The Master of Disguise, or no, The Master of Demise. There we go. By Nadija Mujagic. I did a video not too long ago of hers where it was called The Mistletoe, The Nightmare Under the Mistletoe, and The House of Secrets. She's an amazing author too. And then I'm reading a new one called Break Me or Break Him by Nikki Grace. Busy time today, but it's worth it. I had to do these videos just so I could go ahead and start with a clean slate. So the previous video that I was talking about with K-Mod or Kiersten Modglin was called Do Not Open. Even though it isn't an official series, it does, like when she was talking about the next book that she released, that one was about, the point of view being from an author. This one is talking about the point of view being from what I do, which are influencers, but those who do book reviews, those who read art copies of different books and things of that nature. So this one is called "You'll Never Know I'm Here" by Kiersten Modglin. She did it for her fans, and it's very interesting. Every single book that I've read of hers, I've lost track. I think this may be like the 5th or 6th book that I've read of hers. Um, it's all different. It's all different, and I love it. And so with this particular book, this book talks about 6 book influencers. So they all have like Instagram accounts, kind of like me. They're on Instagram, they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, they're on, and she says this in the book, like they're all on these different platforms. And they are coming together. They haven't met each other face to face. None of them have. And so they're all like planning on a weekend where they're coming together to meet each other and then just to read books, to enjoy, to share content, things of that nature. It's pretty cool, but at the same point in time, I'm just like, nah, I ain't been doing. Hey, we need to do a video chat or something, before I come and meet you. And they're coming from all over. Like one is coming from Florida, one is coming from Georgia, one is coming from Ohio. So they meet in like this small town, like in either Tennessee or Kentucky. And when I say small, it's like they meet at this bed and breakfast, and it's like an older house that up until recently had been deserted, but an investor came in, bought it out, renovated it, and is doing like a bed and breakfast. Cool. So of course, being that it's in a small town, this is like one stoplight, maybe a post office, maybe not, one grocery store, one a police station that has like maybe 4 or 5 police officers. Like super tiny town. No shade against those who are in small towns. I actually want to live in a small town. Maybe not that small. I need more than one stoplight. I need a couple more police officers. Then I need stoplights. I need street lights. I need all that. They didn't have any of that. So they all meet up at this house, and and excuse me for the background. I don't know what's going on, but in all things, it starts off as to where the main character, her name is Lena. She's going in for this interview at a bookstore, and she's like super nervous. I mean, it's a bookstore, so I mean, I get it. I've worked in a bookstore. I worked in Books a Million years and years and years ago. One of the best experiences ever. And so she was all nervous, and she goes to this interview, and it's like an independent bookstore. And so this the person who greets her, she's really cool, she's really nice, but she isn't the one to interview her. So the person that interviews her is just like, I don't like you, get out, pretty much, like when everything is said and done. And she's like, I haven't even done anything. But I digress. So she's like all sad, and she leaves, and she's getting on a plane. She's going to head to this house, and so she gets there, and she gets to this house. She takes an Uber, and the person is just like, I'm the only person who Ubers in this area for about 40, 50 miles. So, I don't know, if y'all don't have transportation, go ahead and get what you need to get before it gets dark, because I have a family and I'm not going to be out in these streets. So she gets to the house. There's several other people that's at the house, and one of her name is Lena, and one of she's become really really good friends with this other girl, or this other young woman named Mara. And so she gets there and she realizes that Mara isn't there yet. And she's a little sad, but she was just like, okay, well, I know she's coming. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. Like, we've all spoken. We're all cool. We're just meeting for the first time. It's whatever. So Ethan is the one who planned all of this together. And so when they get there, I want to say his name is Alvin. Don't get me the lion. Not Alvin. It's the A word. I'ma get it. Austin. Austin. It's like, well, something came up with Ethan. He's not coming, so he invited someone else because they had gotten this deal on his house where each of them paid a certain amount. And so the person that walks in the house is the same person that interviewed her at her interview. Super small world. She's just like, oh my gosh, she is just horrible. Why? I don't understand. His name is Memphis. And so she's like, I don't understand. It sucks. And so Mara comes, and her and Mara talk, and Mara's like, I'm here for you. If you want me to beat him up, I will. And so they all go throughout this book, and they're all trying to go to the grocery store, go to different sites and take pictures with books, and just the things that it's so weird, just the things that we do. Like, I'll take a picture of my books, let you know what I've read, let you know what I'm in the process of reading, things of that nature. It was so weird. It was just like being in the book. And in the beginning, I want to say this is like the second night, because they're there for a weekend. The second night that they're there, or the first night, Austin makes this suggestion about, how about we play a game where it's kind of like truth or dare, but it's based on books. Something like you've never done, or something that you do. Like, I dog ear pages of books where I'm at a point in stopping reading in a book, and just things like that. And so the first night they were all tired. They was like, let's just do it the second night. So the second night comes, and excuse me, somebody writes this, like, they had to guess who said whatever was taken out of, like, folded up and read. And somebody said something along the lines of, I read so many thriller books, I wonder what it would feel like to actually have it happen in real life. And everybody was like, wait a minute now, what? Somebody, like, wrote that's here in the house. Like, somebody, who said that? And so all of a sudden it was like a whole shift in the whole atmosphere. And it was this house next door, where Lena was outside, and she had seen some shady boots type stuff going on in Memphis. um, you know Very weird, but it ended up being as to where he was like trying to protect her, and she was like, dude, you didn't even like me for the interview, what are you doing? And so I'm gonna stop right there. But in all things, that the end, I'm not gonna lie, when I first finished the book, I was like, what? I don't, I get it. But then it was just like, wow, that just went totally left. It wasn't, first impression was, I'm disappointed. Second, like, when I had more time to think about it, it was just like, that's deep. And how Kiersten, ended that book, and how everything just kind of tied in. It really put things into perspective. Think along the lines of, here in America, uh, the banned book series. Like, it's so many different books that are banned from libraries, and stupid stuff. If, in my opinion, like, no book should be banned. Only a few, and I mean, like, when I say only a few, stuff that is like super, 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 super offensive to like other cultures and creeds and things of that nature. Like, I'm thinking World War II, along those lines. Like, stuff like that, I get it. Like, The Diary of Anne Frank should not be a banned book. You know what I mean? Because it talks on account of what happened. You know what I mean? Things like that. So how this book ended, it puts you on the mindset of banned books and why certain things are and certain things aren't. It doesn't give like specific names of books. It's nothing like that, but it's just the feel that you get as to um why everything kind of climaxed the way that it did in that book. So something to keep in mind. I did not give the book away, but just keep your eyes open when you're reading the book. Okay, just keep your eyes open. So in all things, again, this is You'll Never Know I'm Here by Kiersten Modglin. Messing around with her. She's gonna have a book released come next month. I'm gonna have that book as well, and we're gonna talk about it. So this is Felicia with The Book Is Done, and I'm out.